So I'm leaving for vacation in 2 days. I'm going to the beach, and so just like everybody else, whenever you're about to leave for vacation, you have to pack, and that includes packing your fragrances. For me, I always pack about 4 or 5 fragrances, so it gave me the idea to spawn a video of the 5 fragrances I would take with me on vacation. So I'm going to be giving you guys that, as well as the cheaper option just in case you don't have the money to afford some of these. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright my dudes, welcome back. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. And again, in this video, I'm going to be covering 5 fragrances that I'm going to be taking with me on vacation. I do spend a lot of time going through picking which ones that I want. I need a signature fragrance, a daytime, a nighttime, a blue, a gourmand, all of that. Also, what size fragrances do I want to take? How do I stop them from leaking just in case there's like a bumpy ride? I do think about all of that. And so I'm going to give you all 5 of those fragrances as well as their inexpensive counterparts. And so before I do, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. It only takes a minute and it really helps out my channel, so thank you guys so much. So with that said, I'm going to start out here. So again, I think about the types of fragrances, the size of fragrances that I want to take with me. The first one I do, whenever you go to the beach, what do you need? You need a citrusy daytime fragrance. And so with that said, I'm going to start out here with Dior Homme Cologne. So Dior Homme Cologne, as you guys all know, is one of the best high heat, heat activated fragrances, especially for the daytime. The main notes that you get in it are Calabrian bergamot, grapefruit blossom, and white musk. Pretty much any fragrance that is in the realm of this, like YSL Eau Fraiche, Choo Man Ice, any of them are not going to last very long. And in that realm, this one does last the longest. I'd say about 4 to 5 hours. It is a daytime summer fragrance, absolutely. You can wear it in the spring as well, but for the most part, you're looking at the daytime in the summer. It's really good. It just activates in the high heat. You want to wear this on days that are about 80 degrees and above. It gets you noticed, and really, even though there is no lemon note here, it does smell like, and a lot of people say this, like a lemonade slushie. And that's pretty much what you get. But with this one, compared to the inexpensive one I'm going to show you guys, the Dior Homme Cologne in the opening, it smells more of a lemonade slushie mixed with the Dior Homme DNA, while the one that's inexpensive just smells like a lemonade slushie. So if you do like the Dior Homme DNA, you like this citrusy lemon idea, then this is going to be one that you're definitely going to pick up. It's the 2022 edition, which they didn't really change much from the original, so it is really nice. That is Dior Homme Cologne. It projects for about 2 to 3 hours, a little bit above average, especially in the heat. So it's one that you definitely need to check out. It's just a musky lemon slushie, and that's really what you get here. And for me, I like taking this. It's just a little roll-on, and it's not going to leak, and it doesn't take that long, so I will be taking this with me. But for those of you who don't want to pay the $100 price tag for that, and you don't want to pay that amount of money for something that only lasts 4 hours, then again, you would be going with what I just gave away on my channel, which is Choo Man Ice. It's only 30 bucks or less. And it's something that you can find on every discounter, even though it is discontinued. It smells very similar to Dior Homme Cologne, minus that Dior Homme DNA, and it really does just smell like an ice-cold lemonade slushie, and that is really it. I actually really like Choo Man Ice. I prefer the scent of Choo Man Ice over Dior Homme Cologne, but Dior Homme Cologne is one that you wear more in special occasions, ones where you're going in the high heat, maybe to a wedding or something like that. It does feel more formal of the two, but it also is playful. That's why Dior Homme Cologne is my favorite to take to the beach, because it does have that versatility factor. So the next one on my list is going to be my daytime blue, and that is Bvlgari Aqva pour Homme Atlantiqve. So this is another one that is discontinued, and again, I'm going to give you other options. In this case, I'll give you 2 options, another expensive option and then a cheaper option. This used to run you around 40 bucks. Now you're looking about 70 or 80 at least, and it would only go up from there. Again, it's a daytime blue, and the main notes that you get here are bergamot, sea notes, amberwood, ambergris, lemon, and benzoin. It's advertised as an ambery aromatic aquatic fragrance, and that is really what you get. You get amber for the lifetime of the fragrance from the opening to the dry down. Although it does feel more of an ambroxan, you get more of that ambery quality in the dry down, but in the opening, it really does feel like an ambroxan. You get that fizziness, and then in the dry down, you get that woods, that warmth from the amber. And then you get the aromatics in there. But what this really does focus on is that Homme DNA, that aquatic sea saltiness, if you mixed it with something like Versace Dylan Blue. So you get that blueness, and then you get that sea saltiness, that aquatics, and you mix them together. And it is actually really nice, especially for the daytime. If you're looking for a really potent, strong blue fragrance, especially for the daytime, this is one to go with. It lasts about 7 to 9 hours, while projecting for about 3 to 4, well above average. So that's Homme Atlantiqve. And again, the other two options that you have here, if you don't want to pay the discounted price for the Homme Atlantiqve, especially once it gets higher, Acqua Di Gio Profondo is still in that same sea salty aquatic blueness. It's more mass appealing than the Acqua Atlantiqve is, because everybody does like that Acqua Di Gio DNA, and it's more of a daytime version of the Acqua Di Gio DNA, so it is really, really nice fragrance. And if you're looking for a cheaper option, then you have Chrome Extreme, which for 100 milliliter runs you around $40. It has that same feel. You get that citrusy, you get that aromatics, you get that aquatics. All three of them are really in the same realm, so those are other options for you as well. So the third one on my list is going to be the one that you think of whenever you think of going to the beach. For a lot of people, like I know Jeremy Fragrance talks about Nautica Voyage, but to me, I don't really like that fragrance that much, even though it is like only $10. You get this just freshness, and it's about it. It's very basic, and I don't really care to wear it. For me and a lot of other people, I know when you go to the beach, you really want to wear that tropical citrusy fragrance. And this year, I got a new one a couple weeks ago that I'm going to be taking with me, and it's by Atelier Cologne. It's Pomelo Paradis. This is an eau de parfum. The main notes you get in Pomelo Paradis are pink grapefruit, black currant, amber, and vetiver. It's advertised as an aromatic citrus, and really all you need to know, mainly in this fragrance, is that pink grapefruit. If you don't know what pomelo is, it's a fruit that really smells and tastes like a grapefruit. And so what you get in this fragrance is not similar to Light Blue Forever or Light Blue Italian Love, where you get that candied, rindy grapefruit. With this one, you get a citrus fresh grapefruit. It is really nice. It is one that is probably my favorite grapefruit note in any fragrance, even considering Bleu de Chanel's grapefruit. This is my favorite daytime grapefruit fragrance. You mix in some of that black currant and some of that amber to give it this sweet, warm, nice daytime fragrance that has this citrusy tone, and it lasts a decent amount of time. I'd say you get about 6 or 7 hours out of this, with about moderate projection lasting for about 2 to 3 hours. It's one of those fragrances, when you think of the beach, it's just, you smell this and it's what you think of. You think of the beach. And for the, being that this is a niche, a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that. It's hard to test. You can't really test it many places. Well, there is another option, and one that I put in my videos of fragrances I wouldn't rebuy, and the one that I told you smelled the best from that video is Tommy Bahama's Set Sail St. Barts. So the only time that I would wear this is when I go to the beach, or if I'm mixing it with something like Light Blue Eau Intense. Because if you're going to the beach, this is what Set Sail St. Barts was made for. You want a fragrance, like Jeremy Fragrance has said before, to spray, jump in the water, you know it's going to get washed off, and you don't care about reusing it. This lasts about 45 minutes. It costs you about $15 to $20, and really, it does smell amazing. It's just, it doesn't last that long. And when you're going to the beach, the kind of fragrance that you want is one that you can spray on, get it in the water, get out, spray it again, and you're fine. And Set Sail St. Barts, if you don't want to pay the price tag of Pomelo Paradis, which again is a lot more of a fresh, niche type fragrance than the Set Sail St. Barts. But if you don't want to pay that price tag, Set Sail St. Barts will do just the trick. So that's Pomelo Paradis by Atelier Cologne. The fourth one is going to be my nighttime fragrance, or my night out fragrance. and you guys won't be surprised. It is by the House of Azzaro. It is the most wanted eau de parfum intense. This is a fragrance that I have talked about in detail in my channel. I haven't talked about it in a while, but the main notes that you get here, it's only 3 notes. The top note is cardamom, the mid note is toffee, and the base note is amberwood. This fragrance is going to last you anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. You can wear it all year round. Even though some people say it's more of a fall and wintertime fragrance, I completely disagree. The most wanted parfum is more of a fall and wintertime fragrance. This has that cardamom, that freshness, that aromatics in it that makes it good for a night out fragrance all year round. In the fall and winter, you could even wear it during the daytime, but in the spring and summer, for sure, you can definitely wear it at night. It is a gourmand, toffee, sweet, fresh fragrance that really will get you noticed, and it's one of the biggest, if there is such a thing as compliments, one of the biggest compliment pulling date night fragrance out there. It has well above average projection with about 4 hours of projection, double arm's length. It's not one to fill a room, but it's one that comes close, and it is one that those cuddling fragrances that not only will you be able to get noticed when you're going out on your date, but when you get home and you guys are laying down to watch a movie, this is going to be one that she's not going to be overly offended by because it's in her face, but it's going to be one that she's going to go, because if it smells good, it's still there, and it's going to make them real warm, real fuzzy, real cozy. That is the most wanted eau de parfum intense. If you are looking for something down that line, but you don't want to pay the $80, $90 price tag for that, there's also the original Boss Bottled. This doesn't project or last nearly as long, but it's up that alley where you get that sweetness, you get that freshness all year round. You get the apple, you get that gourmand sense. Boss Bottled is always going to be one that's going to be there for a decent price, around 35 bucks. And then if you're not looking for a gourmand fragrance and you're more the one that likes the more mature, blue type fragrances, then for me, the night out fragrance would be Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. You get that freshness, that grapefruit, that incense, and then you get that woody, warm, ambery dry down. It is really nice if you are looking for a substitute to a gourmand. This is going to be nice for the blue fragrance for a night out, especially on vacation, because it covers both those warm nights and the windy, cold, breezy nights. You can wear it in both. So the last one here is going to be my signature fragrance to take on vacation. It has been my signature fragrance for vacation since pretty much forever. This is actually the one that I take with me because I no longer have my bottle of it. I actually have to pick up a new one. It is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. The main notes in Eau Extreme are mandarin orange, tonka bean, musk, sandalwood, and pepper. This fragrance lasts about 7 to 9 hours while projecting about 2 to 4 hours depending on the type of weather. But it never really works its way down to a skin scent. It's a personal bubble for the remaining 5 to 7 hours. So this fragrance is going to be one that's going to be one of the top 5 fragrances for me forever. It's so versatile. You can wear it spring, summer, winter, fall, daytime, nighttime, anytime you want. It's called Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, but for me, it's really not a sport fragrance. It is an anytime versatile fragrance. You get this nice citrusy opening, and then you get these aromatics and vanilla mixed in there when you get in the dry down. So if for the people who like the citrusy fragrances and the fresh fragrances, you're hitting all the check marks for them. And then for the people who like the more sweet and gourmand, you're getting that type and you're checking all the boxes. So you get both groups coming in, which is why this is such a heavy seller. Because it is Chanel, it is going to be more on the expensive side, I think around $130, but it's well worth it. It's an eau de parfum. It lasts a decent amount of time. The dry down is my favorite part of it, although the opening with that mandarin orange is really nice as well. So if you're looking for, and you guys probably already know what I'm going to say, if you don't want to pay the Chanel price, I found this for $13, although it usually runs around $30. It's Missoni Wave, and this fragrance is kind of like a mixture between the Chanel Allure Homme Sport, not the Eau Extreme, the Allure Homme Sport, and Versace Pour Homme. You get that citruses, you get that nice aromatic vanillic dry down, but it's not that much. It's more of a citrusy aromatic marine fragrance. So it's right up that alley, and it smells fantastic. It lasts almost as long as the Eau Extreme, and so it's right up the alley with those type of Chanel Allure Homme sport fragrances and the Versace Pour Homme. If you're looking for under 50 bucks, that is probably the most perfect vacation fragrance. If you're looking for the price, this is definitely it, Missoni Wave. It all depends on where you go on vacation. I visit my brother sometimes. I used to go up to Boston, Chicago. It depends on where you're going, and my fragrance list would change, especially let's say I'm making my vacation in the fall or the winter to Boston. Half of these fragrances or more wouldn't be in my list. So I can also make a different type of fragrance list, like a vacation during the winter type thing, but let me know what you guys would wear to the beach. And with that said, I'll see you guys. I'm leaving again in 2 days. These videos probably won't be posted until after I get back, or hopefully I can get them edited while I'm on vacation. So thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one.